Curtis Martin, who hammers it up just enough for the first down past the 35-yard line.
Big old 93 there, Gilbert Brown, weighs 350 pounds, and you're going to run up the middle.
Oh, you're kind to him, I think.
Well, 370 pounds then. You know, I mean, he gets a couple of those triples in him, but he's tough to move.
Oh, boy.
And then they're going to run right at him, and you think, how in the heck can they do that? Here he is right here, and you have to move that pile in order to run. Well, you start off by double teaming it, and you just get a little push.
Here's Bledsoe on the play fake again. All kinds of time. He finally throws it away. As Reggie White finally broke into his face. But that's good protection.
Yeah, and what happened is they had good coverage downfield because they were trying to get Sean Jefferson deep all the way across that time. He was the only guy deep, and the Packers down there had 3 guys on him. See, here's what they're trying to do. They get Sean Jefferson a bump here. Now watch at the end. That's who he's trying to throw to. He's looking for Sean Jefferson, and right there, by that time, the ball is gone.
2nd and 10. Coates comes in motion. A draw play to Martin. And they wrap him up after he picked up a couple. The Patriots at their own 37-yard line, 38 perhaps.
You know, so far, this has kind of been a passing game.
Yeah.
Yeah, combined yardage has been, passing has been 278 yards and 16 yards running. So the first half of this game is a passing game.
Well, it's artificial turf. It's flat. It's a controlled atmosphere. It's indoors.
And you have Drew Bledsoe and Brett Favre.
And here's Bledsoe back to throw it. And down he goes from behind. Off the corner, Leroy Butler.
That was the thing we said, that, you know, Fritz Shermer, the defensive coordinator, was having trouble with his regular pass rush. So he starts bringing guys. Here's Leroy Butler there. He comes up to the outside. You see, he just runs right over Dave Meggett. That's the thing that people try to do to Dave Meggett. They want to get him out as a 3rd down pass receiver, but then they blitz and make him a blocker.
Butler rushed the passer like a lineman.
Well, when he saw Dave Meggett there, he knew he had a physical mismatch.
Tupa's kick by Howard at the 19. He's got some room. Desmond Howard into New England territory. No flags, and the Packers will take over at the Patriot 47, a 51-yard punt, a 34-yard return.
I'll tell you, Desmond Howard has great confidence now. Terry Ray at the end makes a super tackle here, or this is a touchdown.
There may be trouble ahead, but while there's moonlight and music and love and romance, let's face the music and dance.
Because life's a funny old game and your career may not last as long as you think, Ally Dunbar's financial plans adapt to help you face the unexpected.
Let's face the music and dance.
Are you all right? You look like death.
You should have seen the other bloke.
Ally Dunbar, for the life you don't yet know.
With the new Additions current account from Barclays, you get an interest-free overdraft.
Not very much.
A legal helpline.
My lord.
Children's medical insurance. Life assurance. Card protection.
Hey, my man.
And more, including telephone banking. New Barclays Additions. Free phone 0800 00 1011 for details of the current account that gives you all this and more.
second quarter. Green Bay 17, Brett Favre 5 out of 9, 2 touchdowns, 158 yards, most of it on 2 completions.
Well, and first down play. Remember the last time they got that Antonio Freeman, that was a pass on first down. I wouldn't be surprised if they passed again on first down right here.
That's Bennett. Neither team able to get much going on the ground.
No, and especially on first down. You know, we showed that graphic where the Packers were minus 1.8 on first down because they're really ganging up against the run on first down, and that's the best time to pass because the Packers had fallen into that thing where the Patriots would play good first down defense and then they'd play nickel on second and dime on third, and they really couldn't solve that. So they started throwing on first down, which I thought was an excellent idea.
2nd and 9. Bennett and Henderson, the runners. And here's Favre throwing on second. Up the middle, open is Risen. Risen out of bounds at the New England 24. You think coaches can sometimes get hung up on, I know they always say to us, we got to establish the run. You think you can get hung up on that?
Yeah, I think you can, and just stay with it too long, but you don't want to become one-dimensional. But when you have an Andre Rison on one side and an Antonio Freeman on the other side, and they can run free like this, just run where you get behind the linebackers and in front of the secondary, you might as well just do that all day. I'll tell you one thing. We talked with Andre Rison the other day, and he is one happy football player.
First down throw. A misread between Rison and Favre.
I think that's where Favre just had a chance to just throw the ball out of the ball yard. Remember, he said in high school he used to do that. He said he'd be out in the outfield. He would just throw the ball as hard as he could.
Andre Rison caught the pass. Antonio Freeman saying, hey, that was not a pick.
Well, he didn't want to pick, but what he was doing is he didn't want to clip because Andre Rison was coming across towards him.
4 wide receivers. They start Freeman in motion. Favre gives to Levens, and Levens picks up a Packer first down. Malloy tripped him up at the 11.
And that's why you want to stay with the run, just to have it there enough so that they have to play the run. Because if you become one-dimensional and they start pass rushing all the time, then you don't have a chance. So you get them to pass rush, and then you run the trap, and you give the ball to Dorsey Levens, who's one of the hottest players in football. Well, there's only 2 teams in football right now, but
that's right.
Over the last month, I mean, Dorsey Levens has become one of the biggest threats on this team.
One of the reasons they're here is because he's so hot. First down, Green Bay at the New England 12. Just barely got it off. This is Bennett, and he is taken down back at the 15. Lawyer Malloy.
And Ty Law, he's the corner on that side too. So that's one thing that this Patriot defense has is they have good tacklers back there. Law and Malloy and Clay and Otis Smith, they all tackle pretty well. The trouble they have, it looks like, is with speed that you may not be able to run over them or run through them, but you can run by them.
Malloy and Law, 2 young players that Bill Parcells Fields have the equipment to be stars for a long time in the NFL. Here's Favre. Screen pass, drop, intended for 11. It was low.
Well, he had Chris Slade on him, and Chris Slade made him throw that pass low. You know, we talked about a screen pass, how you kind of let the rusher come and you invite him. But watch Slade right here, number 53. Earl Dotson doesn't get enough of him. And then Brett Favre has to throw that ball over Slade. And that's where he had the problem. Because he was throwing the screen to the right. And if you're going to throw to that side, you better get that guy's hands down. You have to cut him to throw a screen to his side.
3rd and 13, they're 0 for 4.
The Packers want timeout. Mike Holmgren's trying to get timeout. He didn't get it.
Favre to throw. Up into the pocket. Incomplete. Out of the end zone. Rison, the intended receiver, couldn't get high enough.
That was interesting, Pat. I was watching Mike Holmgren on the sideline before that play, and he was trying to get a timeout. He didn't want to run that third down play. It would have been interesting had it been a touchdown. Let's see if we can see it here. You see he's signaling. You see he's signaling timeout there. He wanted the timeout, and he's watching the clock. He didn't get the timeout. And now, of course, he got an incomplete pass, and now he has to go for the field goal.
Jackie is good from 31 yards out. And the Packers lead 20-14. A lot of fireworks.
Yeah, 34 points of fireworks, and Drew Bledsoe looks like he's getting ready to go again. And he's had all that success. We showed all his success, and it's been with those play-action passes where he fakes a run and throws a pass, or where he fakes a run and bootlegs another direction.
8 plays, 33 yards, a 31-yard field goal by Chris Jackie. Mike Holmgren, as you said, tried to call a timeout and just couldn't get it. Wound up with 3 points.
Yeah, we talk about the players in this game and the quarterbacks in this game and the linemen, but I'll tell you, we also have 2 of the best coaches. Not only the best coaches in the game today, but I think in Bill Parcells, who's already won 2 Super Bowls, and Mike Holmgren on the Packers side. I think 2 of the best coaches that have coached in a long time. I mean, I think that you would put them up there with the top coaches of any time.
Both great motivators in different ways. This is Megan. And he is taken down by Bernardo Harris. These shots from the Bud 1 airship, which also covered a game earlier today. Budweiser beat Bud Light 27-24 in the Bud Bowl of '97. 27-24, high-scoring Bud Bowl, high-scoring Super Bowl.
You know, and this can continue to be high-scoring as long as you don't get separation. I think if you start getting separation where one team starts getting way ahead by more than 2 touchdowns, then I think they go into conservative mode. I think the other team goes into a press mode.
First down, Bledsoe up the middle, Coates complete. And about the 43, Eugene Robinson.
Well, did Bledsoe throw that ball? He looked like Dan Marino on that one. He just had that thing up there and whipped it in there, and Ben Coates just pulled it right out of the air. I mean, that was something that looked like the way you're supposed to do it. That was almost perfect pass there. I mean, he got back, he set up, and he whipped that thing, and Coach just went whack and just took it right out of the air. Woo. That was a good-looking play.
1st and 10 at the 44. Patriots in their own territory, but again, it's been success on 1st down for both teams. Blitz coming. Bledsoe has hit it. They tried to hit Byers, but from around the corner came Butler.
And that's the same area that they had problems with Butler before. He's coming from that backside of Bledsoe. You see him right there, and see Bledsoe is looking to the right, and Leroy Butler hits him right in the back. That's the 3rd time that Butler has come from that position.
And successfully. 2nd and 10. Patriots at their own 44-yard line. The Packers, since they started to blitz, have given Bledsoe problem. No blitz this time. But a pass intercepted by Mike Pryor. Pryor stays on his feet. Pryor gets the Packers back to the 26. Scuffle breaks out for a moment. Mike Pryor with the interception shuts down Bledsoe and the Patriots.
You see what Bledsoe did? He was faking to the right, then he was going to bring it back to the left, but he had to pump it one more time. He was trying to get it deep to Sean Jefferson. He was leading Jefferson, but he let it right into Pryor. But that wasn't where he was going to go with the ball the first time. He wanted to go to the right, had good coverage out there to the right, and he had to come back to the left. And really, when he came back to the left, didn't take a good look at it.
So the Packers take over, and don't forget that story, the turnovers. In a game of this magnitude, they are always big. And the Patriots have turned it over twice.
You know, yesterday when we were talking to Bill Parcells, he says if we don't get any turnovers, we're not going to win. And they still have plenty of time to play to get turnovers.
Favre looks deep. Has a man on the sideline. Has Jackson. A fumble, and let's see who got it. The official says he was down.
I don't know why players do that. I know what Keith Jackson's trying to do. The way they spot the ball is when your knee goes down, it's not where your knee goes down, it's where the ball is when your knee goes down. So what players try and do is they try and reach out as far as they can, but then they don't have any strength, and that ball gets knocked out of there a lot. That's a very dangerous thing.
So many times you see that happen.
And what he was trying to do, he was successful in. He was trying to stretch to get a first down, which he did.
But he almost lost the ball. First down. Favre to Edgar Bennett, who's knocked backwards by Todd Collins.
And Ted Johnson was there too, both Johnson and Collins. You know, the thing is just watch Ted Johnson here. I mean he's the type of guy, he said he always takes on with his right shoulder, and then he just throws his body at that runner, and he has one of the biggest necks that I've ever seen. I mean, he doesn't have a big head, and he doesn't have, you know, big shoulders and stuff, but his neck is size 20.
Doesn't matter which shoulder he takes it on with.
Well, he says he does everything with his right shoulder. That's why he just has the band on his right arm.
That was Rising in motion. The pass intended for Freeman. A flag on the play. .5:31 left to play in the first half. Green Bay leading 2014. Jerry Austin indicates first down, Green Bay.
Number 45 of the defense. First down.
Otis Smith, the offender.
Yeah, you see Otis Smith right here playing the slant. You see Antonio Freeman starts to the outside, then he goes inside, and instead of, see, if Otis Smith were to put his left foot up there, he wouldn't have to put his left hand up there. Well, when he got his left foot back, he had to put his left hand up there. Mike Holmgren, it looks like, kind of saw that the whole way, didn't he?
Let's see what they do on first down here. Marv back to throw it. In the middle of Freeman.
Yeah, it was interesting. He was trying to go. He was trying to go out here to Andre Rison.
Yep.
He wanted to look. He was looking at Andre Rison out on the left side, and he came back to Antonio Freeman. Here's Freeman, and he's going to come across the field. See, he's going to come up, then he's going to turn in and see Brett Favre, and then Brett Favre's going to hit him right there. He was his second receiver. He was looking first to the left to Andre Rison. Here's the one that he was trying to hit, Andre Rison against Otis Smith. You see what happened? He had that, plus he had help deep.
First down at the Patriot 34. Favre. Levens hammers down inside the 25.
You see on that sweep, you know, they always talk about a running back and how he has to have patience. Levens had patience on that play. He's going to start on a sweep. Now watch Brett Favre after he hands off. He's going to go and he's going to make a jump fake. But watch Levens right here. He has patience, and then right when he sees it, whack, he turns that thing up in there. But you don't just slash and run right at it. You come out, you let your guards get out there. You have patience to wait for them. Then after they get out there and make their commitment, then you hit it.
2nd and 1. That was the old familiar Green Bay sweep, just different people. Levens inside the 20. First down, Green Bay. Now they're starting to run it a little bit.
You know, defensive players love it when their offense runs the ball, because that means that the offense is controlling it and the defensive guys get a little rest. The worst thing for a defensive player is 3 and out offensively, their offense.
The Packers 2 opportunities inside the red zone, inside the 20. They've gotten 2 field goals by Jackie. First down. This is Edgar Bennett. Bennett tried to cut it back, got to about the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard before Otis Smith came up to make the stop.
The Packers are doing a lot of things changing in. Don Beebe was in that time. Andre Rison comes out. They're going 1 tight end, 2 tight ends. Now they're putting Beebe back in, and I would expect that this would be a 3 wide receiver formation. That's one thing about Mike Holmgren, who calls the plays. He gives you a lot of different looks.
Levens is the lone back this time.
And this is a 3 wide receiver look.
Right. And a handoff is to Dorsey Levens. He gets it in the corner, out of bounds at about the 10-yard line, maybe a yard shy of the first. Knocked out by Ty Law.
You can tell the frustration in Bill Parcells now because he wants that ball back. But I tell you, they had good blocking on that right side that time. This is a coach here who wants to get the ball back. And what he's saying, you see is when you run and you're running a sweep to the outside, you have to get force to the upside, to outside the side they're running to, and he had no force on that play.
Marv headed over to the sideline. We're going to get the 2-minute warning as Green Bay leads it 20-14. A red-hot first half by both teams.
So a game of momentum, you called it, Marv, and the Packers have got the momentum back at the moment.
They sure do, Gary, and they're getting some big plays. They're mixing the run and pass pretty well right now, and that's what they're going to have to do. The team that takes command of the game will do so by mixing them.
Well, people are mixing some other things down on Bourbon Street. Lots of people in town who can't get tickets for the game, and these are the scenes. This place is almost as packed as the Superdome is, but it's been that way all week, Jim. It's been mad, hasn't it?
It has been like more packed than any city I've ever been in, and they tell me Mardi Gras is more crazy, more people. About 1 million people come in for that, so we have to check that out one of these days.
And half of them want tickets from the likes of you and Marv. A couple of people who have got tickets are our competition winners, and we were up in the stands a little bit earlier hearing from them.
I'm David Murray. I'm from Scotland. This is my wife Karen. We won the competition with a question: which city did the LA Rams move to? The answer was St. Louis. We answered the question, and that's how we won the prize to come to the Super Bowl.
Good for them. Now then, we were talking earlier on about the corner blitzes. They're doing it repeatedly to Drew Bledsoe with some success, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They've been bringing, they did it the first play of the game. Here's number 36, Leroy Butler. He's a defensive back. We call it a corner blitz, strong safety, and that puts a lot of pressure on him. They're having a lot of success with it.
And then the very next play, Bledsoe really makes a bad decision, does he, Jim?
I thought he did, yes. He ends up staring down a streak route and leaves the ball inside. You have to throw that ball to the outside away from that free safety. Gave an easy interception up there. I know he would like to have that one back.
Well, you gave you the perfect shot of it on the replay. There was Terry Glenn was about 6 to 10 feet away from it.
You have to throw that ball outside, more near the boundary. Don't give that free safety a chance to come over, and especially come over and make a play on the ball for an easy interception.
Now, can New England win a shootout, do you think, Marv? They've been passing a lot.
Can they win a shootout? Yes. Green Bay, I don't think at this stage wants to make it a shootout. Green Bay wants to strike balance in their attack, force New England to become one-dimensional, hope to get some more takeaways. They've had 2 so far, and then get comfortable lead on them.
Now, Jim, well, I was going to ask you another question, but I think they're ready to go for it. Here we are. Let's go back to the action. Dorsey Levens taking the handoff and almost getting in. He's down to about the 2. Let's take it back to Pat Summerall and John Madden.
Dorsey Levens in the last couple of weeks, the last couple of games, has really developed into a force.
And you're going to see him here just come out and just take the ball out there. You see he's going to have a lead block. He gets the lead in the 4-hole, bounces it out, gets a good block there for Mark Shimura, and then just turns it up the field. But when you have a good blocking tight end like number 89 there, Shimura, who on that play gets 2, you can always get a soft corner on the strong side or the side of your tight end. Now the Packers want to take their time here to score this touchdown.
From the 2, 1st and goal. Here's Favre. Pointing, and Favre pushed. Didn't get in. Maybe he did.
One official said he did get in.
Yes, he thinks he did.
Remember, it's where the ball is.
Yep.
And it looked like the ball was inside the pylon and did break the plane.
And the pylon's in the end zone, out of bounds.
But the ball was inside. And we talked about players stretching to get that ball, put that ball where it's going to be. That time, Brett Favre stretched it into the end zone. Mark Shimura there, who made the good block on that play before, has a tattoo, the Superman tattoo. He's been blocking like Superman.
Jackie for the extra point, right down the middle. Green Bay 27. New England 14.
We're just talking about Brett Favre and Kill Mississippi, and this is the way they do. Remember, it's a goal line there, and the ball has to break the plane. You see him reach out, and here's the ball right here, and it has to break the plane of the goal line. This official's right there. He sees it. He calls it a touchdown. The pylon is already down. The pylon is out of bounds. His knee is out of bounds there.
But he got the ball in the corner of the end zone.
Right. It's where the ball is, where his knee goes down. And there's Irv Favre right there. He knew it. He said, that's a touchdown. That's my kid. He was his high school coach. And he said that's what he taught him. Anytime I run with the ball, he said, that's what I learned from my dad. He said, because we used a split T and a wishbone in high school. And he said he was a running quarterback there. So he said he tells his dad, anytime that he runs with a ball and does anything running, he said that's for him. That's what he taught him. The passing part, not so much.
The passing part, who takes credit for that?
I'd give that to Mike Holmgren.
Well, he does that pretty well, too. This is Dave Megan out of the end zone. And Megan is cut down at about the 22. Don't forget to stick around at the half for the Oscar Mayer halftime coming up. JB, Terry, Howie, and Ronnie, of course. The halftime entertainment, the Blues Brothers, ZZ Top, and the Godfather of Soul, James Brown. And as James Brown, he may be at the end of that line.
Well, that's what they're doing backstage there. There's James Brown right there. There's two. We got a James Brown. They got a James Brown.
We got a JB. Ben Coates takes the pass from Bledsoe. First down, Patriots.
Drew Bledsoe has found something there. Remember the last time the Patriots had the ball, they hit Ben Coates right in that middle, right in that same area. Now, if they can keep their pass protection, they can do that all the time, because that's an area that they found open that they can do some work there. Let's watch Ben Coates. He's right here, and he's going to come up, and here's the area that he wants to get to, and he's going to work in this middle. You see, the Packers are in a zone, and that's what you try and do with your tight end, is work the middle. You see, he gets a bump there, pushes off, but look how open that middle is once he gets by the original bump of Leroy Butler. You see, now watch, he's going to get bumped right there by Butler. He pushes Butler off, and watch how open that whole area. I mean, there's a 10-yard hole in there after he gets by Butler that they can do some business in there.
Got a first down. It's 1st and 10. 58 seconds left to play in the first half. The Patriots have 2 timeouts left.
And right now, Bill Parcells is looking for a whole lot of places he can do some business.
3-man front for Green Bay. But the blitz comes. And the Patriots will get another first down to Terry Glenn, or close to it, right at midfield. Eugene Robinson made the stop. Bledsoe said, let's hurry. It is a first down.
Patriots still have 2 timeouts.
Right. Bledsoe to throw. Drops it off to Martin. Good defensive play. That's Dave Megan, I beg your pardon.
And they're going to have to use one of their timeouts now. And the first thing they have to think about is get about 15 yards to get in field goal range.
That was Butler who made the defensive play.
Yeah, that's the first thing that you want to do. Is you'd like to score a touchdown here, but you think first things first. So you need 15 more yards to get in field goal range. Then after you get your 15 yards, then you try and get closer, and then you go for the end zone. But you don't have to go for the end zone or the touchdown until you get in field goal range.
Adam Vinatieri has hit from 50 yards. 35 seconds left. New England has 1 timeout remaining. They'd like to save it if they can get close enough for their kicker.
You know, one thing about a Fritz Shurmur defense, when they get in these situations, he will go to a 3-man line, play a soft zone. So you don't get a big pass rush here, but you have to throw against 8.
That's what they're doing now. Bledsoe gets Vincent Frisbee, and he gets out of bounds, and that stops the clock with 30 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, see, and the Packers really won that one. And the first and second, they completed, the Patriots have completed 2 passes, but they still have 3rd and 3. Now they have to complete another one. Now, instead of thinking field goal, right now they have to think first down. Get out of bounds.
And they'll go with a 3-man front. And you have to be alert for Megan on the draw play, which he runs very well. But no draw. It's incomplete from Bledsoe.
And right now, I think the Patriots have to go 4th down. I think that they'll go for it on 4th down again. See, if they had some timeouts left, they could have run the ball twice here to get a first down. But now, I think they have to go again. They're only 4th and 2 or 3. So we're talking about a pass that will get them about 3 yards is what they need right here.
Obviously too far for a Vinatieri field goal. It would be 60 yards.
They better watch out because that play clock's down to 10 seconds.
26 seconds on the game clock. Bledsoe gets back in time. Dotson broke free up the middle, and the Packers almost came up with a ball. If they didn't, the ball hit the carpet.
Now, Fritz Shermer knew who they were going to.
Yep.
He knew that on 4th down, remember Bill Parcells did that, a big 4th down where he went to Ben Coates. He was trying to do it again there. I think if you had to guess, they needed that fourth down. They needed to get the first down, and the guy to do it was going to be Ben Coates. And Fritz Shermer knew that.
Now,
Bill Parcells knew it.
Now Mike Holmgren's got 19 seconds in all of his timeouts.
And now he can go for it. But look what they did to Ben Coates. You see, Leroy Butler has him here, and he just grabs him. And then the inside guy comes and hits him.
Here's Favre taken down, and now they'll probably just sit on it. Clock down to 14 seconds as Favre is sacked.
Yeah, it looks like, in fact, I just saw Mike Holmgren just took his headset off, so that means he's going to let this clock run out and just take his team inside and say 27-14. That's pretty good when you're playing for the World Championship.
Indeed it is. What a halftime show coming up.
Those are our seats, not bad for nothing, eh? Marv, your thoughts on the first half?
Well, big plays, as we say, make a big difference. There have been some big kicking game plays, not touchdown plays. Most of them have gone in the direction of the Green Bay Packers, and Green Bay is beginning to get a balance between their run and pass. That means a lot.
Jim, lots of big plays. How would you assess the play of the two quarterbacks?
Brett Favre's having a phenomenal game, having a great game. Drew Bledsoe has led his team on a couple nice drives. He's made a couple turnovers, too, that cost his team 3 points. Desmond Howard, he's already set a Super Bowl record for punt returns. I think 71 or 75 yards. That's a Super Bowl record. Brett Favre's he's in the record books with that long pass to Antonio Freeman. So it's a high scoring game. Great first half. All you could ask for. I look forward to the second half.
All right, they're turning down the lights for the halftime show here. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
It is said he is to computer software what Thomas Edison is to the light bulb. The software Bill Gates developed runs 2/3 of the computers in the world. And on the day he turned 41, his company, Microsoft, was bigger than Kodak, McDonald's, and IBM. Where in today's world do you find companies capable of such astonishing growth? Actually, there's a list of them on the World Wide Web. NASDAQ, the stock market for the next 100 years.
Excuse me, think your disposable razor shaves as comfortably as his Gillette Sensor XL?
Yeah.
Well, try Sensor XL. It'll change your mind. After one shave with Sensor XL, we bet you don't go back. Because only Sensor XL has protective microfins for extra comfort.
Whoa.
And self-adjusting blades for extra closeness. Disposables don't, and Sensor XL gives more shaves per blade than any disposable.
Excuse me.
Take the Sensor XL challenge. Bet you don't go back to disposables.
Hey, I want my Sensor XL back.
Hey.
Jersey. There's 150 miles of winding country lanes. Jersey, the cream of holidays.
0800 66 9900.
Okay, I want pastrami on Bavarian rice, sweet pickle, tomato. Easy on the Dijon, kosher dill and salt.
Excuse me, double decaf hazelnut latte, medium roasted Colombian beans, 2%.
Sirloin hoagie topping, jack cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, capers, and Russian dressing, fresh Parmesan and oregano to go.
The new Chrysler Neon, built for the most demanding country in the world.